Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that a hostage release from Gaza could be announced soon, raising hopes for a potential breakthrough in one of the most emotionally charged aspects of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Netanyahu confirmed that he expects to announce the release of all remaining hostages in the coming days, signaling that negotiations have reached an advanced stage. According to reports from CBS News and the Associated Press, an Israeli delegation has been dispatched to Egypt to work out the final technical details of the deal. Egypt, along with Qatar and the United States, has been a key mediator in these indirect talks between Israel and Hamas. Netanyahu mentioned that while Israel is ready to move forward with parts of the U.S. proposed peace framework, it will not agree to a full military or political withdrawal from Gaza at this stage. This statement comes amid growing diplomatic activity following the Hamas leadership's conditional acceptance of portions of former U.S. President Donald Trump's proposed Gaza peace plan, which includes a gradual ceasefire, phased disarmament of Hamas, and a transitional governance mechanism for Gaza. As part of this broader framework, the release of hostages, both civilians and soldiers, has been one of the most pressing issues for Israeli and international negotiators. Why this announcement matters: the hostage issue at the heart of the conflict. Since the Hamas attacks that triggered the latest round of violence, the fate of the hostages held in Gaza has been a deeply emotional and political issue within Israel. Families of the hostages have campaigned relentlessly for their release, while international actors, including the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar, have made the issue central to any ceasefire arrangement. Diplomatic leverage and signaling. Netanyahu's remarks serve as both a message of optimism to the Israeli public and a strategic signal to Hamas and global mediators that Israel is serious about a resolution. The statement also pressures Hamas to commit publicly to a deal that could ease civilian suffering in Gaza while returning captives safely. The delicate nature of the negotiations. Despite Netanyahu's hopeful tone, experts warn that such talks remain extremely fragile. Even when agreements are close, disputes can erupt over the list of hostages to be released, the timing, and reciprocal measures, including the potential release of Palestinian prisoners from Israeli jails. Political pressures on Netanyahu. The Israeli Prime Minister faces intense domestic pressure from multiple directions. The families of hostages demand swift action, while hardline members of his coalition oppose any concessions to Hamas, including prisoner exchanges or ceasefire terms. Netanyahu must balance these competing pressures carefully to maintain political stability while pursuing a humanitarian outcome. International context and U.S. involvement. Former U.S. President Donald Trump, who proposed the current peace framework, has reportedly been urging both sides to take immediate steps toward peace. The United States, Egypt, and Qatar are working together to ensure the safety guarantees, logistics, and sequencing of releases are acceptable to both Israel and Hamas. According to The Guardian, Trump directly called on Israel to immediately stop bombing Gaza after Hamas expressed readiness to release hostages under agreed terms. The broader peace framework. The ongoing negotiations form part of a multi-phase plan. Phase 1. Ceasefire and release of women, children, elderly, and critically ill hostages. Phase 2. Gradual disarmament of militant groups in Gaza and the creation of a transitional administration backed by international monitors. Phase 3. Economic and reconstruction aid for Gaza, potentially opening the path toward a permanent truce and stabilization of the region. What to expect in the coming days? Partial versus full release. Initial announcements might involve partial releases, often prioritizing vulnerable groups before moving toward a complete exchange. Security guarantees. Mediators are working on safe passage protocols to ensure hostages are released without endangering either side. Reciprocal measures. Israel is expected to release a limited number of Palestinian detainees in return, a standard component of such deals. Implementation risks. Any sudden escalation, such as a new attack or airstrike, could delay or derail the process entirely. The bottom line: Netanyahu's statement that a hostage release could be announced soon reflects a fragile but notable turning point in the Gaza conflict. If realized, it would mark a rare humanitarian success amid months of devastating warfare and would serve as the first major step toward a sustainable ceasefire. Yet, the complexity of the deal, the mistrust between the parties, and the competing domestic pressures in Israel mean that even a single misstep could cause the effort to collapse. As Egypt and other mediators finalize details in Cairo, the world watches closely, hoping that this long-awaited moment of compassion and diplomacy will become a reality.